Tearing that stump up.
Stumping it.
Got one in there. Yeah, it looks like here, and then we got one right here.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and sight in the Triarc TSR 15 and see if it's close. We just put this aimpoint T2 on there, so we'll see how she does. Let's go see. And it is a little bit at an angle too, so
Go Merca.
I think that's pretty good. I could maybe go maybe left just a little bit more, maybe down just a little bit more.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Fucking say it!
Never, ever change your small parts on a holy porch.
That was a good one, dude. That was solid. That was funny. Wait. Damn it.
Alright, so we're gonna give it a whirl with the old Triarc here, and I don't know, we'll see.
Shooter, do you understand the course of fire?
Yes,
Shooter ready?
ready?
.80. Shooter ready?
Ready?
.77. Getting there. Shooter ready?
Ready?
.80.
Yeah, I felt a little slower.
Shooter ready?
Ready?
.76. Shooter ready?
Ready?
.73. Shooter ready?
Ready?
.66. Shooter ready?
Ready?
.64. Shooter ready?
Ready?
.60.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Got another great episode of Golson's Gun Gab for you. Got a cool one on the table today. This is the Triarc TSR 15. This is a custom build from Triarc. It's exactly what I wanted it to be, and I'm really, really happy with this thing. So, in typical Golson Gun Gab fashion, we are going to go from the rooter all the way down to the tutor. Kind of talk about this thing a little bit and go over some of the things that make this what it is, and actually talk about a little bit of the accoutrement that I put on top of it as well. And we'll see what you think. So this right here, we'll start out back here with the SBA 3 pistol brace, which is very cool. It goes back and forth for you so you can really fine tune and get it to where you want it to make it comfortable for you to shoot, which is really, really nice. The whole thing's Cerakoted in the multicam black, which is a custom Cerakote straight from Triarc. They do some of the best Cerakote work that I've ever seen. I'm really, really impressed with this. I've beat this thing up a bunch and it has not touched the finish. It's really, really nice. So we went with that. And then we've got a rifle length buffer tube on the back with a Springco green rifle length spring and a rifle buffer as well, which actually lends to extremely soft shooting and very, very light recoil. Not that you need a whole lot of recoil reduction with an AR-15, but being that it's a shorter one, it really, really does help out. It actually makes a little bit of a difference for you. So really enjoyed that. Moving forward just a little bit, they've got the Magpul grip here. Again, Cerakoted in that multicam black, which is fantastic and really cool. We've got the Triarc upper and lower receiver, which is proprietary to them, and they both are serialized together, and they mate up perfectly. There is absolutely no wiggle in this rifle, and it works so well. It's like one small piece. It is fantastic. They've got their lower parts kit in here that they've got it all fitted up for. Great parts on the inside. You're going to have great reliability with this thing. We actually have the Radian Raptor LT charging handle on here, which is a great charging handle. Nice big wing so that you can rack that bolt really quick. Get a good grip, good purchase on the back here, which is really nice too. Got the Radian Raptor safety selector here. It is a 45 or a 90-degree safety selector, which is really nice as well, because you can kind of go back and forth to whatever your preference is. I personally prefer the 45 degree, and I feel like it's just a little bit shorter of a throw, easier to get that safety on and off, to get some quick shots with. So very, very cool there. I did actually go with the Rise Armament 535 trigger. I did change that out. That was one of the things that I did change. And I typically go, if you've seen my previous videos, I like the 2-stage. I really, really love a nice 2-stage trigger on a lot of my rifles. But on these shorter packages, I really like a single stage. For some reason, it just works better for me. I can get really good shots, really quick shots off. And with this one in particular, the reset is fantastic. The break is like glass. This is a fantastic trigger. We'll kind of ghost that for you just a little bit, just to kind of show you what we're talking about here. So this rifle, as you can see, is clear. There is nothing in there. No magazine in. We're good to go. So essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to ghost this trigger together, and we're going to take a quick look. So we'll go ahead and charge that like that. And we will put our finger here on the trigger, and we'll give it a little bit of a pull and see where we go. So I'm thinking maybe about 3.5, and there's our break. No play whatsoever in this trigger. It is just clean as glass. Reset on this thing is absolutely phenomenal as well. There is hardly any take up. Didn't even really hardly see it move, but it clicked on you, and we get another trigger pull. This is a phenomenal trigger in this thing, and it works great in this pistol as well. Really, really enjoy it. So that being said, we'll move along here. So they actually have their proprietary bolt carrier group there. You can actually see, if you zoom in just a little bit, you can kind of see the Triarc emblem there, which I think is really neat, really cool. Gives it a nice little fine Triarc touch, which is cool for me. Again, everything Cerakoted in that multicam black, which is really neat too. This trigger, it actually comes with the anti-walk pins, which is neat too. So you don't have to worry about those pins walking out on you after a whole lot of shooting or a long day of shooting. They're going to stay in place on you, and you're not going to have to worry about that, which is really, really nice. Moving forward a little bit here, we've got the Trilock rail. Very thin profile, easy to get a good grip on it. It's really, really nice. I've really enjoyed this, and it does come with your QD points on both sides, so you can put your sling points wherever you want on there to get the perfect feel for you, which is really, really nice there as well. Barrel inside of this thing is actually the Triarc 2.0 track barrel, which is a phenomenal barrel. I've never had any issues with these barrels, and they shoot super true. I love these barrels. They are so accurate, and out of a 10.5-inch barrel, I couldn't be happier. This thing will shoot dimes, and I'm not kidding on that. It's fantastic. Moving forward just a little bit there, I went ahead and put a dead air flash hider on it so that I could use my Dead Air Sandman K suppressor, which I really like that suppressor. Keeps it nice and short, nice, cool package, and it's actually very quiet for what it is. I really enjoyed it, really enjoy shooting it. It actually reduces recoil just a little bit too, which is neat. Very cool for that too. So great shooter. we'll kind of talk about a little bit of the accoutrement that I have got on top of it here. And so we'll start back here as well. We've got the Ultradyne flip up sights, and I love having these on here. I like shooting with these and practicing with them just for fun, and just in case you ever need them. They're always great to have on your rifle. You should always have a set of backup sights on your rifle. I think it's important. I've got the Aimpoint T2 on here, which is actually a fantastic red dot. I really, really like this red dot. I'm kind of a big EOTech fan. I love EOTechs, but I switched over to the Aimpoint on this one, and it's got a very fine, crisp dot. I have an astigmatism as well, so when it all comes down to it, most of the time you're going to get a lot of blooming with that red dot, but I don't get any with this, which is really, really awesome. And that helps me with my shooting. It helps me be a whole lot more precise as well. So very cool. They come obviously with your lens cap covers right there too, which is very neat. Good to have, especially if you're shooting in rainy conditions or something like that. It's good to have that on there. This actually does have night vision capabilities as well, and then you can kind of get up about halfway up the dial there, and then you start getting into this visible red dot. But very, very cool. Also have it outfitted with a quick detach mount, which is very neat as well. So you've got this lever here. When you need to pop this sucker off, you just flip it up. It'll come right off, and then at that point, you know, if there was any issues, pop that sucker off, pull these front sights up and this rear sight up, and you're good to go. So fantastic. And these actually co-witness here with my Aimpoint, which is really, really neat as well. So very cool there. Moving up a little bit here, I actually have the Unity Tactical Axon dual switch. So this switch actually works for my flashlight and my laser that I have mounted up here. I've got the Steiner D-Ball I2 laser on here, which actually has a visible green laser as well as an infrared laser. So if you're ever shooting under nods, you can always just pop that infrared laser on there, and then you're the only one that's going to see it. So it's pretty cool, or anybody else who has night vision. But that's pretty neat too. I really, really enjoy shooting it with a laser. The flashlight that I've got mounted on this is actually the Surefire Vampire. Very, very cool flashlight that I've got here. And it's very small, very compact, but it packs a lot of lumens. It could use a little bit more in the Candela realm, but we'll talk about that more in a little later video and discuss Candela versus lumens. But this thing, I can turn it on and I can get out to 200, 250 yards and still see whatever I'm shooting at very, very clearly. So it's a really great combination for this. I've got a lot of different slings that I like to use. This one is one of my favorites. This is the Vickers Blue Force gear. And I love it mainly because you've got this little attachment here that you can actually use to tighten and loosen the sling itself. Get it real close up to your body if you need to. If you're climbing over barricades, you can really cinch that thing up, get it really tight to your body. And if you want to get it out to maneuver it around, you just loosen that sucker up super, super easy. Really, really enjoy that. So all that being said, that's the pistol in itself. I love shooting this thing, love taking it out, getting some range time. It's a quick, fast shooter, and had a lot of fun with it. So quit gabbing, start shooting.
Got our little mini course set up, going from there to there.
So we're gonna do a little transition training. We've got a target down here, over here to our left, on the left side of the tree. We've got another target down here on the right side of the tree, which is a shooting tree that we're just gonna kind of have some fun with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna engage this target, 2 hits on target, and then we're gonna run down the tree, and we'll see what happens. It's harder than it looks.
Fucking
folks.
face you made, dude. Oh. That is hard.
hard, isn't it?
Super hard.
Yeah,
We should move the tree closer.
those little targets are. You're a daisy if you do.
Yeah. Action. Much better. Knocked it off.
Nice shooting text.
I don't feel like it's.
Maybe it's just my third, so I'm just fucking laying into it.
Birds on you.
Turns on you. Dookie seals. Dookie seals.
Doug
Wait.
is over there. He shit his pants. Oopsie daisies.
Oopsie daisy. That one's your devil.
Bitch. I hit him dead center on the last one.
A little bit better.
A lot better on the tree for sure, man. You were acting some stale, bro. Why won't this thing turn off?
Well, I'm just gonna see if I can get that other one to turn.
Oh.
Well, I can't see the bottom one at all. Look at that.
Pop, pop. Hair trigger.
Well, I'm gonna try something.
Dude, that thing bump fire. That trigger is so tight. Oh my god.
So we just wanted to throw in a quick little side note as we got to do a lot of shooting with this thing. You know, as we stated earlier in the video, we did change out the trigger to the Rise Armament 535, which is a great trigger pull, and not to mention it's got a super short reset. However, I don't feel like that's the best option for this AR. I think it's better suited for maybe a 2-stage, which, as you've noticed from my other videos, if you've seen them, really love the LaRue MBT2 trigger. So I think I'm gonna go back to that. I think I'm gonna put that in here and see how that does for me. This one, with the trigger being so extremely light and the reset being so quick and so short, sometimes when you're doing your follow-up shots, if you're not super careful, you'll get a succession shot just right afterwards. So it's one thing that obviously a training issue. If you're used to using these types of triggers, I think it'd be really good. But alongside with that, I think that since I'm so used to the LaRue MBT 2-stage, I've got that in all my ARs almost. I think that's probably the way that I'm going to go with this thing. But don't down the Rise Armament 535. It is an awesome trigger. I think it'd probably be more suited for a precision type of rifle though. So I'm going to keep the trigger, and I'm just going to have to build another one. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you watching our videos. Hope you really enjoyed the content. We really had a good time shooting it, and we really hope that you like, share, and subscribe because it helps us out. And we love to see that y'all are watching and y'all are enjoying it. So throw some comments in the comment field too if you like. We'd love to see those as well. So we'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna boot scoot out of here.